Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
It's been wet and rainy here all day in the Fargo metro area, and it's just the beginning of what's to come. The big question is, when will the rain turn to snow here? Let's turn it over to Hutch, who has the very latest on what's going on not only here, but up and down the Red River Valley. Hutch?
Thank you so much, Mike Morgan. As we head into the evening hours, the sooner our rain changes over to snow, the more potential there is for some significant snow amounts. Here's a couple of thoughts on our dangerous winter storm that's working its way through. Literally, don't snicker now. Snowfall across our viewing area will range from around an inch to some places possibly over 3 feet. Drifts 3 to 10 feet, and some people could be getting over 1/2 of their annual average snowfall over this event. There will be some road closures likely, and possible travel, power outage possibilities, and the impacts could last for a few days. Now, as we take a look at the latest radar, we're seeing a little bit of a drying up of the storm system right now. We call a dry slot here from Devils Lake through Jamestown. The storm's not over yet by any means. Heavy rain in Polk County, but as you go through Grand Forks, you see the bright whites. That is some significant snow. We call that bright banding, and just looked at some pictures there, and just west of Grand Forks and near Emerado, we're seeing some very slippery conditions. Also reports near the Buffalo area of some slippery conditions on I-94. Winter storm warning for the red counties with a blizzard warning in the Devils Lake Basin, surrounded by a winter storm watch and winter weather advisories in portions of South Dakota and central Minnesota. Here's a look at temperatures. It's cold enough for snow in Grand Forks, so that transitioning will be happening there. In Fargo, I'm expecting it yet this evening. I'll have details in hour-by-hour style on that, and we'll look at snowfall potential and how much water or moisture this storm is going to bring.
A lot of news to deliver.
Yes.
All right, thanks. An area, as Hutch indicated, that's going to be hard hit is the Devils Lake area. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie is on her way there. For the earlier newscast, she was in the Larimore area. Now she's back in the vehicle, not driving, but riding, and she joins us now live to tell us about road conditions. So, Courtney, where are you exactly, and what's it like out there?
Hey guys. Yeah, we just left Larimore. We had to keep moving because, as you can see, the visibility out west is getting very bad. The roads here are very slick. We really want to put it out there to you guys that it is very dangerous out here. On our way, we've seen multiple cars in the ditches, including some semis, and in these ditches are a lot of water is in this ditch. So a lot of these cars are going underwater when they're entering the ditch. The visibility, like I said, not so great. The average speed on the road right now is about 30 miles per hour. We've got about an hour to go before we reach Devils Lake, but that is where we headed. Again, we want to stress, try and stay off these roads if at all possible. It is very dangerous, and if you do have to go outside for some reason, try and travel very slow. We'll pop back in here in a couple minutes and let you know how it's going. But for now, reporting in Larimore on our way to Devils Lake, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Take it easy. Thank you. You can stay up to date on the storm as it rolls through by downloading the Valley News Live news app. You'll get breaking news alerts, school closings, the latest weather, and all the headlines for free. Just search VNL News in the App Store or Google Play Marketplace, and you can download it, as I said, for free. A battle is underway in the courtroom by states trying to hold companies accountable for the opioid crisis. But what about those addicted to opioids who are discovering that the cost of treatment is more expensive than the street drug? Valley News Team's Joshua Pagaro spoke to a former heroin addict who called our whistleblower hotline.
The opioid crisis has shattered lives and broken homes. Jennifer Lightower of Fargo says she first became an addict while taking painkillers for a leg injury.
Found myself taking too many, and then when I ran out, then it's almost like I was freaking out trying to figure out, okay, how do I get more?
When doctors stopped prescribing pills, she then turned to heroin, and her life took a downward spiral.
I've never used drugs in my life, but that kind of kicked everything off.
Suboxone is a drug that helps people wean off of opioids without experiencing withdrawal symptoms. The company that manufactures Suboxone is being accused by the federal government of fraud. Suboxone isn't cheap. It can cost up to $500 a month for treatment. Lightower has been off of opioids for 3 years and says she went broke using Suboxone.
With the name brand, I was spending almost $400 a month.
Up until a few months ago, there wasn't a generic option available. Lightoller says it's cheaper, but not by much.
I think that these big corporations should make these meds affordable for everyone. And when you think about it, the people that are hooked on these drugs, heroin, painkillers, they're not bankers and lawyers. They're people like me.
She stopped buying the opioid treatment medication altogether. For her, it came down to either rent or treatment. She just hopes her will is strong enough not to relapse. In Fargo, Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
Getting prescribed an opioid treatment drug isn't easy. In order for a doctor to prescribe a drug like Suboxone, they need to get a federal waiver, which requires 8 hours of training. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, here's some advice. Call our whistleblower hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. The phone number is right there on your screen, 701-237-6576. Call that number, leave your tip, and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. Brown County investigators in South Dakota are trying to locate a single-engine plane reported missing after failing to arrive at the airport in Oaks, North Dakota. Authorities say the single-engine Cessna departed from Aberdeen between 10 and 10:30 last night, headed for Oaks. Anyone who may have information is asked to call 605-626-7911. A man is recovering after accidentally shooting himself in the leg at a Grand Forks post office. It happened around 2 this afternoon. When officers arrived on the scene, they found the man in his 30s with a wound to his leg from a 9mm pistol. He was taken to the hospital for care. Alarming news involving Fargo elementary student who was caught vaping. The data became available to us after we submitted an open records request into the number of students caught vaping or with vaping material within the Fargo public school system. There has been a gradual increase from the 2017-2018 school year to the current year, with the number of students caught doubling in a year. In 2017-2018, 9 students in middle school and 23 in high school were busted with vaping products. That increased for the 2018-2019 school year, with 15 middle school students and 44 in high school caught vaping. Besides the elementary school students, 6 middle schoolers and 6 high school students have been caught. North Dakota State University late this afternoon announced a big dollar fundraising campaign. It's called In Our Hands, and it's described as being the largest in the history of higher education in North Dakota. The campaign sets out to raise at least $400 million. NDSU President Dean Brashani says it's going to allow NDSU to expand scholarship offers, recruiting and retaining top faculty. NDSU is playing it safe. They've canceled its homecoming parade that was scheduled for tomorrow. The homecoming carnival is still happening, however, but that's been moved inside into the Memorial Union. Later on Valley News Live at 6, our storm coverage will continue with another look at conditions pushing their way into the Devil's Lake area.